solid waste have to be converted. She always says that you'd have found different kinds of ages, the nuclear age and the different kinds of ages. But now we are in an age of garbage. You'll always use this. So, which means the kind of waste which we throw in the environment, with the kind of waste which we throw in the environment, those waste are collected and the solid waste is converted into money. So, their environmental problem is addressed. There are a lot of human rights abused. Women are abused. Women are abused. Then you will find that uh, people in the for example, children are abused. Women are abused. Lot of areas where human rights abuse takes place, there you will find these social entrepreneurs come forward to help. Corruption. So, in order to make life better for many, social entrepreneurship comes to the rescue. So, these are all non-profit objectives. Combining with them, the commercial entrepreneurship, maintaining the goal of increasing the social well-being of the people is this social entrepreneurship whom we are talking about. So I brought in lot of definitions to make it very clear to you. A social enterprise where you will find an entrepreneur with a social purpose. Okay, his purpose is not only to make money or to make a profit, but to take care of the society. Here you will find in the social entrepreneurship, social values are there, social problems are there, and we also have social responsibility. It's our responsibility to take care of the social problem. So if we want to bring in social changes, how nice it would be if many are educated. We bring in a social change. The country is a developed country when many are educated. Really, it's a very good factor there. And for all these things, you need an organizational capital. Good leadership is very important to start to become a social entrepreneur. And one person cannot work; he needs a team with him. So teamwork is very important. When you have all these things, then these are the opportunities which a social entrepreneur finds out. So as I told you, the social entrepreneur, he empowers the others to bring in change. So what do you call bringing in changes for improvement? It's called as a social reform. Okay, a social reform is bringing in social changes. You remember in your school days, I think most of you are college students. So in school days, we would have studied about sati. Yes, have you all studied about sati? That was a practice where you will find that it's a practice where you will find that people were burnt. Once when the husband dies, the wife is burnt. But social reformers came in and brought in changes that it should not be the case. So these social entrepreneurs want to bring in social reforms by empowering others to bring in lot of changes. So what is their role in society? What is their opportunities available to them is they are very innovative, okay, in their ideas. They are all visionaries. They are the architects of social change. They provide a system changing solutions. They build platforms for human potential, right? That's how they bring in social reforms. Again, this is another slide which tells the business model of being a social entrepreneur. See, there's a difference between charity, okay, and social entrepreneurship. In charity, what happens is it's only the social value which is taken is a primary driver, right? So this is purely charitable funding from grants, donation, endowments, and things like that. And there is no market value, things like that. Now, considering the traditional business, you will find in traditional business the CSR and corporate philanthropy in traditional business, and their major drive is financial value. But a social enterprises impact investing. You achieve measurable social impact alongside a financial return. You get money as well as the society is also improved. So there is social impact. For potentially it is very sustaining. See, in one movie, in one Dhanush movie, he will say that it is a recent movie which I saw. He will say that you can take away all the money from us, but the education which we get, no one can take away. So it's a self-sustaining one. To educate a person, you are giving a sustainability to the person. How much ever money we have, if we lose also, we can gain the money. But education, if you educate a child, it is going to be with them always. So here, as a social entrepreneur, we also want to do a social business. Profit is also there, but it's only secondary objective, right? There. The next one is again trying to explain to you how the public sector, private sector, voluntary sector, all these are brought together. The features of them are all brought together in the social entrepreneurship. Suppose if you take a private organization, you have opportunities to provide public service through private organization, calls for business ethics. If you take the public sector and the government, there is a demand for efficiency, a preference for choice. Okay, and it's a non-profit service provider. Voluntary sectors, if you take, they also demand for accountability, sustainability, and the public service delivery. All these three things we will find in social entrepreneurship. The qualities of a private sector, voluntary organization, as well as the government and the public sector, you will find in social. The intersecting point is social entrepreneurship. Okay, so these are all for whom the social entrepreneurs work. The planet, if you take the planet, environmental issues are there. Then the economic issues, many people are poor. That is, we want to bring in prosperity in their lives. In people, we want to bring in changes in their social issues. So the land, protection of the land, conserving the philosophy, the moral economy, sustainability, all these are brought under a social entrepreneurship, right? Then, again, it's the same thing. Who are the entities, people, group, organization, network? What are they trying to seek? Sustainable, long-term social changes. What is the result? You're bringing in impact in the lives of the people. That's what they are trying to do. And one Indian ICT company, which I want to refer to, is Infosys, where you will find they started in 1981 with 5 employees. In 2006, Narayana Murthy sir, he has an employers of nearly 66,000. So what he says under social contract philosophy is, we want to give back this planet to our children in a condition better than the one which we have borrowed it from them. See, when we borrowed the planet from our ancestors, it must be better than that when we give it to the society. So his care, the social initiatives which he takes, is sustainability, education, health, hygiene, safety. There are, most of these companies have come forward to take care under the CSR activities, corporate social responsibilities. The characteristics of the social entrepreneurship is they meet the needs which are unmet by the government or commercial markets. It's very pathetic. During the COVID lockdown period, we were noticing that the government gave in packets with their emblem, name, symbol. By then, you found that there are many organizations which gave food. The people had opened the food and they were eating it. Look at the time difference. So social entrepreneurship meets the needs which might be unmet by the government or the commercial market. They are motivated by social benefit. They see joy in bringing happiness in the lives of the people. And they usually work with the market and not against the market. See how they try to bring in, how you become a social entrepreneur, what are the opportunities. You have a vision, you have an idea, you do a research, you create a process, you design it, speak with many people, do the brainstorming, and you become inspired. At the end of the day, we try to bring in, make our vision into a goal and create a organization, right? Now, this social entrepreneurship, so many things are required for us. resources, natural capital, learning cycle. Training is very important for the human resources who work in the social entrepreneurship organizations. Skill, human capital, these are all the investment which they do, and they work with social networks, with the government policies, with the media, things like that, right? Again, what are the impact which they make? Social impact, financial impact, environmental impact. They also undergo all the legal identity is required for them. They become a private organization, a trust, a section, a partnership, a society, a proprietorship. They have to fulfill the legal identities. And you will find the social mission. Market orientation is fetching investors for their products. Financial incentives, access to the market, creating new market, business model generation, planning, solutions, innovative solution, practices, product for the community, service for the community, economic bottom line is their focus. The social value is a social mission, a social change, engaging the community. You will find all these people working 365 days during these COVID time. Yes, so social mission, social change, community engagement, product for community, service for community, the growth of the community. Yeah. There are many social entrepreneurs who work for the welfare of the tribal people. So, you have to bring about growth of a community, then social capital, capacity building. So employment, many people try to provide employment for, that's a value for them. They are creating employment for people who don't have a job. And the qualities which they possess is, as I told you, intent, creativity, innovative, solution oriented, collaborative, non-exploitative. They are non-exploitative, empathetic. Because of that empathy only, they have created these things. So the movement goes on, the social entrepreneurship movement goes on, and they find various opportunities in taking care and bringing changes in the society, right? Uh, Again, this is the trait I've already told you. What are the stages which they pass through? The opportunity, the individual as activity, organized activity, socialized activity. At the end, they contribute to the sustainability of the society. Again and again, I'm saying sustainable model, sustainable goals are very important for a better society. Protecting the environment, taking care of the education of the have-nots, providing employment for the people. All these are sustainable goals for the society, right? Now, what are the services which they do? As a social entrepreneur, they have the service of doing the mentoring, following up activity, then impact investment, because they are into money, so they have to do the impact investment. Whatever, if you are educating a child, they always do a follow up and see whether the child is, from gaining the benefit. That's very important for them. Then they build up lot of network. That's very important for their business. Then they will foster innovation. What are the ways by which we can reach the society? What are the ways by which we can make an impact in the society? That will be their goal. Then they will develop lot of social values as well as business values for the promotion of the society, right? Now, for all these things, what they require is the education, outreach, inspiration, and the kind of guide, which they require for them. Then, is socially oriented. Again, I have tried to bring in the difference between a business oriented and a social oriented. You will find that these people are meant for understanding the problems of the society. There are various social business models: entrepreneur support, market intermediary, employment, free for service, low income client, cooperative, market linkage, organizational support. These are the various types of social business model. Now, as I told you, these people play a very big role in changing the way people live their lives. I have seen, I have worked with these social entrepreneurs. So, bringing in a smile for the people, the children, whoever is in need, it is something which cannot be imagined. You know, whether it's the people they work with or the cause, social entrepreneurs, they are all game changers. Okay? Very welcome in today's complex world. We need lot of social entrepreneurs, but these social entrepreneurs also face lot of challenges. It's not that easy to be, to have a sustainable life in being a social entrepreneur. The challenges which they face is raising funds. Raising funds is very difficult for them. In fact, today, before coming for this webinar, I spoke with the founder of Legal Foundation. He's a very good friend of mine. I'm also with them, working as an advisory for them. So I asked the founder, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, tell me what are the challenges which you face? Raising fund is one of the greatest challenge. Raising funds is one of the greatest challenges which they face. Building and following up a business plan. That's also a challenge for the social entrepreneurs. Investing in the right people. You know, they do lot of verification before trying to help the people, and they see to that who are in need, only those have to be benefited, because money cannot be wasted against everyone. Then they need to have a process management and a planning for growth. We have to help people who really need us, who really have the unction to develop themselves. Such type of people have to be followed. For that, they try to do all the planning for the growth of their organization. That becomes a great challenge for them. Balancing the vision with business. All these are the usual challenges which the social entrepreneurs find on their way. So, with these few knowledge which I've gained, as I told you, I have met many social entrepreneurs and I've also worked with them. So, I know what are the real challenges which they have faced in their job as such while they are trying to work. Okay, so with that, I end my talk here, and if you have any questions or clarifications, kindly ask me. Yes, Mr. Shaktivel.
மேம் சொல்லுங்க மேம். எஸ் மேம்.
In the, I have ended up my speech. If anyone is there to have any clarification.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for your session. Dear participant, if you have any doubts in social entrepreneurship and issues, so kindly ask questions to ma'am.
நம்பர் ஆகும்னா 2000 ரூபாய் போதுமா? அதனால சொல்லல. இருக்கிற கஷ்டத்துக்கு 2000 ரூபாய்.
Dear participant, you can unmute yourself and ask your doubts.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I think it is totally unmuted.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah,
You can
this is
ask you. You can ask.
yeah. This is Professor Pir Mohammed from Saudi Arabia. I would like to serve the community, and the only problem is generating the funds. I have the technology, and I have the ability to give the education almost like free to the whole community. But how to generate funds? At least we need around some around 25 crores. So, madam, if you give suggestions, what are the sources and resources by which we can generate? And I have the resources of teaching and the technology and the resource people. The only deficiency is the capital, the money.
That's a big challenge for all the social entrepreneurs. That is a big fund. Money is a very big fund. Our government also has, come out with there are a lot of funds, CSR activities are there. With them, you can collaborate with organizations and find out how best you can work with them. Because CSR funds is nearly 2%. The central government policy says 2% of revenue has to be spent for CSR activities. So you can approach these IT companies and try to find out, show your resources that these are your capabilities and how best you can work with them. Probably you might be in a position to get resources from them. But I told you that's the biggest challenge. Getting funds is the biggest challenge.
Madam, you are suggesting that to collaborate with the IT companies. Do you know what is the problem with IT companies?
Yes.
They are solely interested in their own business and their own development and making the money for their company. They don't have the social responsibility. That's a real problem.
No, sir.
As we have.
No, sir. There are many companies who do this CSR activities. I have seen it, sir.
Yeah, I agree. But they have some vested interest. It's not a complete social interest. They have some vested interest. They do, but not completely in the interest of social development.
Sir, you can. There are a lot of funds in the government also, sir. You can approach. There are many websites where you can search for the funds, sir. Then once when you show your business model, you can get funds for starting your.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much and excellent presentation and keep your good work. Go ahead. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
I want to, Shaktivel sir, I want to, stop sharing the screen. I don't know how to do it. Stop. Yeah. Good. I've done it. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Who's this?
Yeah, ma'am, this is Abhinaya, PhD research scholar from Madras University. Ma'am, I'm doing research in social entrepreneurship. Do we have do we have a hub for social entrepreneurs
For social entrepreneurs.
that we can network or no, especially I'm doing it in healthcare sector. Like my research is on healthcare sector, social entrepreneurship in healthcare sector. So when I had a very no I faced difficulties in going for data collection. So I went to this entrepreneurship development cell, which we have in Tamil Nadu, like here in Chennai. They said they don't have a database for social entrepreneurs. So do we have any hub for social entrepreneurs?
That's a good idea, having a hub. I don't think there's a very big network of all these social entrepreneurs. Probably in future that has to be focused upon. We have entrepreneurs like I told you, we have the Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs. Probably you can come to us because with us we have a lot of social entrepreneurs with us too. As I told you, this one ma'am who's around 70 years and she's doing on solid waste management. She's a social entrepreneur. So probably if you get in touch with me, I've given my mail ID and my phone number. I can help you out.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Materials.
Thank you so much. Good presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abhinaya.
Thank you, sir.
சிரிச்சிக்கிட்டே பேசுறாங்க.
Anybody else?
Anybody else? I want all the
Monisha, you can ask, ma'am.
Monisha. Monisha, you can ask her. Hey, Monisha, listening?
But one thing I want to, before I finish, I want to tell
நீ
everyone,
கேட்கணும் இல்லையா?
I want to tell everyone that we have got lot of benefits from the society. So it's high time that whatever resources we have to give back to the society. We should make a point from 100 rupees, at least 1 rupee you have to give it back to society. That way, you can try to bring in joy in the life of another person.
இந்த நேரத்துல அனுப்பிடுறாங்க சர்டிபிகேட்.
Hi, Dr. Marcelin. This is Srividya from Madurai. Yeah, it was a wonderful session. You have explained in detail the difference between the entrepreneurship and the social entrepreneurship. It was a wonderful session, and you have given insight. The whole details about the social entrepreneurship and the challenges they face. Actually, those who are very passionate in taking up this kind of things can go ahead, I think, because you are creating a change in the society. Impact in the society is most important. So it was very good.
Here I
Thank
would
you.
like to say Srividya is our Madurai district president of the Confederation of Women Entrepreneurs. She is doing a wonderful job for the protection of the environment. She is this is the converting of the solid waste management into resources. That is, she's up to that, and you can find that the what do you call it, fertilizer? What is it?
Yeah.
Organic. Yeah, fertilizer.
Compost.
Composing, solid composition heat, that's it. And in course of time, that can be bought by many and you can use it for your plants. The vegetable waste, every day which we waste, what all of you can do is the protection of the environment, have 7 pots, all the vegetable waste of every day, and then you get a manure for the plant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Srividya. Yes.
This is Abhinaya again. Ma'am, during COVID, how can social entrepreneurs engage in helping the government?
Clear, yeah.
How can social entrepreneurs during COVID can help the government?
And help the government. Most of the time, they are the ones who are serving the society. So you will find that in a way they have lessened the burden of the government. That's the greatest help they have done it. You name it. There are so many social entrepreneurs. Like I told you, Silkuli Foundation. Then we have Kuralosai. That is another foundation where they have helped the poor. The society. So that way, when they come forward to take care of the environment, the education, the sanitation, the agricultural part, in a way they are trying to help. Nowadays, it is what you call it as a PP, public-private partnership is required. Only thinking about the government will not do. These social entrepreneurs come forward to help the government during calamities, during disasters. You find the role of the social entrepreneur trying to support.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. During COVID, have you noticed any of the entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, engaging in this point?
Yes. I told you, I named many organizations. They came forward. They were providing, provisions for all the people. See, the amount of money which the government gave, 1,000 rupees and a little provision which they gave, will it be sufficient for all the people? No, I don't think it was sufficient.
Yes.
They were substituted by all the social entrepreneurs for their daily food. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'll contact you in future.
Please get in touch with me. You will meet many nice social entrepreneurs.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes. Anybody else, ma?
Yes? Is there any more?
Yes. Vagita Ashraf, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Good evening, Wahida.
Yes, ma'am. How are you? Good session, ma'am. Nice to hear from you. Long time. After a long time, I had a class from you. Very nice of you. And I would like to add one point, like that was regarding my subject, quality. Whatever entrepreneur, he has to maintain his quality in terms of the people he has. They have to be good enough to do good things, and as well as the quality of whatever he provides, whether the service or the goods. Then that would bring consistency to that entrepreneur and the things that he does.
I do agree with what Wahida says. Her PhD is on total quality management. So she insists that quality is very important. In service also, quality is very important. Thank you so much for adding the point, Wahida.
Thank you, ma'am. And hearty congrats for that extra thing that you achieved today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any more questions? I want all of you to give back to society in some way or other. Become a social entrepreneur. You know, there's real joy in helping the people. And helping yourself too. People are asking for feedback links, sir. So
Yeah.
feedback link.
Then, ma'am, we will send to the mail ID, madam. Feedback link.
No, actually, thank you so much. I know all of us are very occupied in these times because of the kind of webinars which the CED conducts at Anna University.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Suprajab Venkat, do you have any doubts? Unmute yourself and ask questions.
Supraja Venkat, have you slept? நல்லா தாலாட்டு பாடுற மாதிரி இருந்துச்சாமா, தூங்கிட்டியா? எங்க இருக்கீங்க? ஆனா பாவம் சார், எல்லாம் இந்த மத்தியானம் சாப்பிட்டுட்டு தூங்குற நேரத்துல உட்கார வச்சுட்டோமா. Come Supraja, what doubts you have? Ask me.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm amazed, sir. So much of students, every day they are attending these webinars, gaining knowledge. We have to be thankful to technology for connecting us at least by these ways.
Yes.
We're so happy that one professor from Dubai has got connected with us. So nice of him. I wish him all the best, you know.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining, Mr. Professor Bir Mohammed, sir. Okay.
Vijay has asked a question. What is the role of women entrepreneurs? Women entrepreneurs are doing a wonderful job. Lot of women entrepreneurs are social entrepreneurs. They are doing lot of work for the environment, for sanitation, for health. In all these areas, they are employed as social entrepreneurs. And Saumalia Ghosh, she wants the feedback. Ma, don't worry, they'll send you by mail. Your feedback link will reach you, Ghosh.
Thank you very much, madam. You conveyed your thanks to me, and I'm not from Dubai. I'm in Saudi Arabia. Anyway, thanks a lot. And please keep the good work ahead. It's a nice initiative, and also the host, I'm conveying my sincere thanks. And it's a great feeling. And one more kind request, why can't you speak in Tamil? I mean, that's the first language in the world. It will reach far more effective. You mentioned that it's afternoon session, so people may be a bit lethargic. So if you speak in English, Tamil, people can understand very well, far more better.
நான் நல்லா தமிழ் பேசுவேன் சார். Had you told me in the beginning itself, I would have continued with all the chat box if you had mentioned. I would have
I'm telling the fact. Nama Tamil language is the first language. By the way, I'm a professor of English.
Wow.
So I'm telling the fact. Our Tamil language is the first language in the world historically, and if you do the research also, and really it's a great feeling. It will reach the people far more effective.
Sure. We can make it bilingual too, that way also. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Let's finish this session, ma'am. Okay. So, dear participant, thank you for joining this session. It's a very useful session. Do you have any doubts? Means you can directly contact Dr. Berslin, ma'am. I will share her contact details to you with the feedback link. Okay. Thank you for joining. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Great session, ma'am. Sukanya.
Thank you so much. Oh, Sukanya, thank you so much. So sweet.
And it was very useful for me to do this research on entrepreneurship. Thank you, ma'am. Very nice. So beautiful. You're looking so beautiful.
That is also nice. So, the words of appreciation really makes us feel so happy. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Suits you a lot, ma'am. Looks so cute. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am. Great job, ma'am. You're rocking.
Making me shy.
Happy to be a student. Very happy to be a student. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye. See you all. Zulfa, thank you so much. Okay, sir, can I leave?
Yes, ma'am. You can leave now, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. I thank the CED department for giving me this opportunity once again. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Shaktivel, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for joining.